not talking about nothing, and you just want to talk to me just to talk, it's just like I'm gonna just give you my social media and I'm gonna find something else to do. True. You feel me?
Yeah,
like if the conversation don't have no substance, if we're not talking like something deep, or we're not talking business, like, what's really the point? Not to be like a jerk.
Yeah, of course.
It's kind of like toxic in that sense because you can dilute certain relationships by reacting to them unevenly or uneven tempered. You know what I mean? There's a certain level of enthusiasm that you have to have in certain situations, but also a certain level of unenthusiasm that you have to have in other situations, right? So, yeah, I think it's that in terms of like being even-tempered and knowing when to turn it on, when to turn it off, so to speak. But yeah, I also do think it's in order to be masculine, again, separating yourself from the boys and separating yourself from like whatever else. In order to be a masculine man, it goes hand in hand with being like high value. I was really thinking about it, and like being a high value male is pretty much the same as being a masculine male, in my opinion. Again, like the term masculinity can differ from region to region, from culture to culture. So like if you ask someone in the inner city what masculinity is, their definition might be different from a guy who grew up in Woodbridge. If you ask somebody in Canada what their definition of masculinity is, someone in Kenya's might be different, right? So like it differs from region to region. And I also think that the term masculinity, or what it means to be a man, is also defined by the adversities bred within that culture. So say for example, maybe I don't know, like 1,000 years ago or whatever, like back when mans were like rocking in the jungles and stuff, like chucking spears or whatever. Like that definition of masculinity, like yo, if you don't know how to like kill an animal, fam, like can you really be masculine? Right now, like that skill isn't really as needed. You feel me? So like there are different. The term masculinity changes with the times, but I do think that there's still certain things that have remained from back then that are still relevant to now.
But the thing is, the other question, also the masculinity, you kind of touched upon it already. It's like, what are the qualities of masculinity? And then there's like the two sub-questions that I talked about, like what's healthy masculinity and what's toxic masculinity. You kind of touched upon toxic already, so just touch upon healthy real quick.
Yeah, like I think healthy masculinity, like if you find yourself, I think healthy masculinity is realizing that just because you're not relying too much on your gender, you know what I mean? Like if you're always thinking, yo, I gotta do this because I'm a man, I think you're completely missing the point. You know what I mean? Like, or I can't do this because I'm a man, I think you're missing the point. You can't do this because it doesn't benefit you. You can do this because it does benefit you. Your gender doesn't really have much to do with it in that regard, you know what I mean? Like if you're too insecure, like you think too much about it, like it's already who you are. Like Carlton in Fresh Prince, like he had a saying, like being black isn't who I'm trying to be, it's who I already am. Like you're already a man, fam. So now that you realize you're a man, like you're born a man, you know what I mean? Like now that we got that out of the way, you can continue to like live your life and like find out what are some things that make you better as a man, right? And like there's like a difference between like just being biologically a man and then actually becoming a man, because like
Touch upon that difference.
Well, like some people could be born, like I'm born, right? Like born a male, I should say, a male, right? But again, like we're talking about the difference between a boy and a man. They're both males, but there's a difference between the two. Whether it be the length of years that have bred different adversities or different trials that have had to become overcome in order to become a well-rounded male, like you have to realize that, yo, if I'm growing and I'm becoming and I'm growing into myself, into who I was already created to be, then I have to realize that there are some things I have to put away and some things that I have to accept. And that comes through, again, back to like your experiences and all that stuff, that comes from that. So like, yeah, like you're born a male, for sure, like, all right, cool. But now, are you going to do the necessary things to become a man? Because you can be 65 years old and you're still not a man, you're still a boy. You still have a child's mentality. And I see that, not to like hate on like the older generation, because yo, like there's a huge wealth of information and wisdom that are gathered from our seniors. I'm not disrespecting the seniors at all. Like, yo, I love y'all. I have a grandma, I have a grandpa, you feel me? So I'm not age phobic or whatever the term is. But yo, some of you boomers, fam, yo, some of y'all really think that you have every single answer. That's not masculinity. That's ignorance. Two different things. You feel me? The older you get is the more you're supposed to realize that you do not have the answers to everything. There's something called the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's like an inverse parabola. And it's like if you're just starting to know a skill, then your confidence in it is very high. And it's ironic because like a lot of people think that they know more than they actually do, and it's just because they don't know how much it really costs or more. Yeah, like they don't know how much you don't know. So as you begin to delve into the thing, whatever it is, like you want to become a better drummer, you want to become a better writer, you want to become a better, like, you know, like you're on the Iranian battlefield, you want to become a better shooter, like, you know what I'm saying? Like once you delve into that, you realize, oh shoot, the place where I was when I thought I knew stuff, I really didn't know anything. So I wonder how much more I still don't know. So once you get to like the middle of the parabola, you're at the very bottom, whereas you know more than you did before, but you know there's still much more that you can gain. And then like once you get right back up to the scale, at the end, like when you've mastered your craft, you've seen where you were before, you see where you were, or before you delved into it, you see the grind, and now you see that you're at a relative level to your contemporaries. From that, you're supposed to be able to use retrospect and be like, okay, like if I was wrong about certain things before I got to this point, who's to say that I'm at the top of the mountain? And it's like this whole mountain effect that you're never really at the top of the mountain. You're never ever supposed to be at the quote unquote pinnacle of your craft, because that breeds stagnation. And again, that's where I think a lot of like these older folk think, where like they think that they know everything because they've experienced everything, but really you haven't. You haven't lived in an age where bullying can follow you to your bedroom, so to speak. You know what I mean? Right. You haven't lived in an age where money can be transferred, gained, and lost within the span of 3 days at the level of billions and millions. You've never experienced that. You know what I mean? You've never lived in a society where like racial tensions and things like that can transcend like borders. You've never lived in an area where like globalization and cultures can mesh together and also have different conflicts in such a close proximity and in such a rapid span of time. Like you never really experienced that. So yeah, like not to go off on a tangent, but yeah, like when it comes to masculinity and all that kind of stuff, yeah, it's just like the realization that because it's not because I'm a male I do certain things, it's I do certain things not because I'm a male, but like I do certain things that benefit me and like I do certain things that benefit others. Not just because of my gender, so to speak, but because it's the right thing to do. Kind of like canteen ethics, do good for goodness sake. So
and then just before I get to your question, one thing with the Dunning-Kruger effect that I really just took in is that the more you study something, you're studying till you're at the pinnacle, and then once you're at that pinnacle, you start inventing. You start discovering stuff that nobody else knew. You start just making stuff up, and then you write that down and you give it to the next generation. That type of thing.
And you go to teach, like
exactly,
in the meeting.
like exactly what you were saying, exactly all you were saying before, in defining a man. To your question, Kings, very Kings-worthy question. Why is it that some men cheat?
I just had answered this question at the workplace the other day. Honestly, I don't even want to be in a relationship until next year, maybe. I'm toxic. I wasted girls' time. But,
at least you're honest.
I don't want to be in a relationship. Okay, I've never cheated, but from the experience I've been around with other people, and my thought process is to cheat. Like this, I feel like every person has a thought process to cheat at some point. Like the opportunity presents itself, right? So I was able to curb it because I changed my environment, right? So I feel like some people cheat because the environment they're in. So if your priority is in a relationship, you're in a relationship. Are you any of you guys in a relationship right now? You're in a relationship right now? All right, cool. 2 people, you're in a relationship right now.
Who said that?
Well, we don't know. 2 men here in a relationship right now, quote unquote. If Tevin now is the one that's like, he's cheating on his girl, you know, he's talking about how lit it is, and all my bad, whoa, and then he's just like, yeah, I'm about that, I do it, he do it. He's more likely to be hit with the thought process to be like, yo, is it okay? Like all my friends are doing it, you know what I'm trying to say? Like my peers are doing it, right? And then if all man's like we're chilling and then we see a girl trying to hit up on fire, you know, he's a sweeter man, no homo, like, you know, all the girls are like, yo, the man's different, you know, all that. And the girls are like, yo, I like that, oh my gosh, I need that bad boy toxic for the cat, you different, you know?
Toxic, completely
right?
different.
Now we're whispering in his ear, yo, fam, go handle that, fam. What do you mean you're a waste, man? You're not gonna handle that? And then the girls in there, well, you're not gonna handle me? Like the pokes is wet. The pokes is wet. It's a lake shirt, all that. Right? Lake Superior.
Lake Michigan.
You know, Lake Michigan, right?
Evergreen.
Evergreen. She got the Everblessed, you know?
The Everblessed.
Yeah, the Everblessed. You know, you're more likely, I'm not saying he is gonna do it, but like, you know, there's more likely there's this pressure now, like this peer pressure is on you, like, yo, and now you're pressuring yourself, like, yo, am I a waste you?
Yeah. Do I have to do that?
Yo, she's kind of bad still. Like, maybe, yo, you know what? Tevin did it and he got away with it. Maybe I can get away with it, right? So then this whole thought process of I can get away with it starts to weigh in. Like, you know what? It's a one-time thing. I can get away with it. So even if you get caught, you're just like, yo, I can get away with it. 'Cause this I can get away with it mentality is following you, right? So I told some of my coworkers the other day, true story. I told them, they're asking me about cheating, and I was like, honestly, you guys think guys cheat physically, like, you know, like, oh, it's just like chill, you know? Realistically, and how women cheat emotionally, but I'm like, yo, honestly, the man them cheat mentally, because we know we gonna get away with it. So I'm gonna use Offset and Cardi B. He cheated, or he wanted to cheat. Allegedly, most likely he piped that. Most likely he piped that, or he's cheated before, but he got caught. She broke up with him, you know, worldwide stage, talk about, you know, she said what she said. Offset pulled up on stage when she was performing and hit her with a yo boo baby boo boo boo. She's trying to move us her away. Yo, man, the man's winning. The man, we all knew he was gonna get that back. It's a mental game, you know. Like we have that. We know we're gonna get away with it. Same thing with Jay-Z and Beyonce. She wrote a whole album about how he cheated. He has that. They dropped the Carter's album. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he has that. It's my surety. When mans cheat, like I always encourage them not to cheat, but when they do, it's like So when they're in their turmoils, like about like, you know, kind of like, yo, my shorty's not trying to have me no more, like she's not having it. I'm like, bro, get that. They're like, yo, bro, if all mans are getting away with it, you have to run that, like, you know. Honestly, even though I don't cheat, I still have that in me, like where it's like, bro, that's your shorty. Oh, handle that, like, you know. So because we have the confidence to handle that, when you have the confidence to do something, you're more likely to get it done. Like, so if man don't believe they're getting their shorty back, they're not getting their shorty back. But if man believe, yo, that's my shorty, like, yo, I'm different, that's me. You're hitting her with all that stuff that she likes, all that hood, like, yo, you're not going nowhere, fam. You're not going nowhere, like, you know, like, this is me, like, this is me right now. The mental is starting to lock in her mind where she's like, you know what, this is like us, you know. Like, I can get over this. We can maybe he's gonna change, you know? And that's when that maybe I'll get away with it becomes I'm getting away with it. You know? I'm getting away with it, you know? So now that he knows that he can get away with it, he's gonna cheat more. So.
Low-key is never the other way around.
What do you mean?
I've never seen a man saying that I got shorty who cheat, but I always see shorty say that.
Because you can't get away with it. Like, there's men that are weak, eh? No, there's men that are weak. Like, I was watching this video yesterday. I might do like a skit house for Instagram for it, but like a man is a gamer. The man's on YouTube. The man's sliding in his streamers' girls' DMs with their permission, right? So two of the girls, they're like, yeah, I'm single. That's pretty much openly cheated, and the man's like, oh, this shit for the streets. So the man's talking to the guy, and the guy's like kind of emotional. He was like, yo, she's done, yo, she's done. He's like, fam, she's for the streets. Like, you know, he's like, you can do your thing with her, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Chris Breezy that. I'm a Chris Benoit that. I'm not saying a Chris Benoit that, so I'm like, yo, for you that don't know who Chris Benoit is, nah, people need to know, because this man's like this. Chris Benoit offed his wife, killed his son, and then killed himself.
That's an Oscar Pistorius thing.
Right? And Chris Benoit was one of my favorite wrestlers. R.I.P. Chris Benoit. But if don't ever go on social media and talk about how you're gonna Chris Benoit that, because that means you're about to off yourself too. Like, if I don't see because
to pull up OJ.
You know, these girls, they're becoming. These girls, equality is starting to shift. I don't believe in equality fully. I'm an activist that we should be equal, but it's starting to become a switch where women are kind of like, on the top now, and men are kind of like at the bottom. Even though there's some social standards women still have to go through, women are starting to run the man them still. And they're running the same game on the man them, and because they know that the man's gonna come back, it's like, yo, I'm gonna do all I want with all these next mans, and you're gonna do nothing. I'm gonna do stuff for girls too, and you're gonna do nothing.
Girls need love too,
right? So
Girls need love, summer walk that. You're gonna summer walk out your
it's a
life.
mentality thing when it comes to cheating.
Facts, bro. Facts. Oh, read the last one. Okay, so when it comes to cheating, I've actually like spent a lot of thought on this. Like what I think it is that like when you get into a relationship, I just want a lot of females need to understand when a man gets into a relationship for a certain reason, and then another female comes that fulfills that reason to a greater extent, why is he with you? Like for example, like if a guy is dating you because you want a man from the streets, you want a man that's bad. So if a guy is dating you because of your body, if he sees any female with a better body, why is he with you? Like in his mind, like why? Like it doesn't make sense for him to be with you anymore. And that goes with like, if you want a relationship that stays, or something that's like persistent, a man that won't cheat on you, you need to understand that you need to give him something different. You need to give him something different. You need to give him something that you have that none of the other females have, man. You need to like satisfy his need in a way that only you can, and then there's always gonna cheat. You can't get it anywhere else.
I forgot to say something. So I gave that answer to my coworkers, right? So this is the crazy part. So they all decided to message all their mates all at that same moment in time for some reason. And one in particular person, the man, she's like, so do you cheat on me because you know I'm gonna take you back? And the man said, yeah. The man said, yeah. The man said, honestly, yeah, it's true. You're going nowhere. And they're having a whole dispute. The whole week they're having a dispute. They're having a dispute, and the man's telling her, it's true, I cheated on you because you're mine and you're going nowhere. And then the next relationship, same thing, the man's like, yeah, it's true, still, it's true. How do you like what just made you think of this? Like, it's true, like, it's like, where are you really going? Like, he's openly admitting, like, where are you really going? So these mind games are prevalent in these relationships. These situationships exist, right? And if you, honestly, if you want to be in a long-term relationship, then a situationship. Like, relationships don't last nowadays, right? It's either marriage or situationship. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I said this in the last podcast, I think. Yo, I blame the internet, I blame social media for that still. Because everyone's appetite got bigger because they can see the entire buffet now. Yeah. So you see all the shorties in your city from the comfort of your own house.
It's true, and so you're so into infatuation, you don't even know love now. You don't even want that because you're so into, oh, I want this for the moment. We're so instant that we don't take in that everything actually needs a long game. The relationship, if you want a long relationship, that means it's going to be long and it's going to have turmoil. It's going to have problems. That's how relationships are formed strong. If you want a relationship without no problems, that's not a relationship, that's a joke. You're telling me a joke. Ha ha ha.
All the jokes.
So yeah, like Tevin even mentioned that in the last podcast. Like Tevin mentioned that in the last podcast. So like with social media becoming a bigger and bigger thing every single day, and a lot of people having a lot of options. You know, some people are searching for this 10 out of 10 significant other when they themselves are like a 2 out of 10 or 5 out of 10.
Live within your means, fam. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't do that to yourself. Be realistic.
Full mouth of grabber.
You can do blood at the grabber, fam.
Do that at the back. Be different. Come on, bro.
But yeah, like just to move on to the next topic, to the next question, excuse me. We'd like to ask our new guest that joined us on the podcast.
Yeah, Jason, you look different, fam.
That's what happens when you came out of work, brother.
Would you like to introduce yourself real quick to the viewers?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Amor. Follow me on the gram at Amor-Suave. MIAMORSUAVE.
There's not a me before that?
No,
There's not a me up for it?
me aside.
Me.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I said. M.I.
No, you said Amor Suave.
But it's silent.
What is going on?
I'm trying to help you.
No. What's going on?
Bet.
What's going on?
I'm sorry.
Let me know.
I'm trying to, he's trying
I'm
to.
done.
This is the stubbornness man we're talking about.
What's going on?
No, I thought you weren't there for the toxic masculinity.
Bruh. But to fast forward a bit, what do you think are the top 5 criteria that females look for in a man?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5. Top 5.
Or in yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what they look for in me?
yeah, you know, like, what do you, yeah.
What you mean, like if a female see me, she's like, oh.
What do you think that?
Yeah, what are you looking at when they say that?
What do you have to offer?
Because I feel like that's the facts. Like, I feel like what we think is in the facts, but what they're actually looking at us is the facts, though.
What I believe I have to offer versus what they initially see in me is probably 2 different things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Delve
what do
into
you
that.
think? Why do you think these girls really want a more suave, you know?
Good question there. Looks first. I believe that's what it is. When they nah, like approaching you is probably just looks first. Like, okay,
Oh, I see what you're
cute
saying.
stuff,
Yeah,
you know?
'cause they don't know you. They just see you.
That physical attraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I have a certain presence when I'm like in certain areas. Like, you know, like when I'm in rooms or when I walk in, it's just like, I don't know, it's a kind of commanding.
Okay.
Some people are kind of intimidated by it, but for majority, like men, it's like a 50-50, but for female, it's 100% like attractive. So I probably say confidence.
Wait, for men, it's 50 feet, like half of
Men,
them.
no, for men, it's 50-50. Like either they wouldn't be intimidated,
Oh, intimidated.
or they would be.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like,
Alright. It's like, let's keep it that, like.
yeah.
We don't want the mailbox.
It's crazy. I don't know what y'all trying to do.
You were here.
Nah,
you
there
were
was
here.
some man's trying to step out the mailbox
So,
and
yeah.
Oh, that was JC.
You want to serve the country, right?
He went to Iran. He went to Iran. World War III.
Yeah, what other criteria do you think?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Your looks. Were you saying presence is 2 or?
Presence, yeah, so 3 more. That's
Three
right.
more. Conversation wise, so after I walk in the room or she walks in the room and she see me, you know, or I walk in the room and she see me.
Okay.
It's like, okay, he looks confident. That's 1, 2. Third one is probably like, hi, hey, a conversation. Depending on how deep we get into the conversation. If it's
And your
past 5
accent's
minutes.
not fair still. Your accent's just cheap.
Yeah, that's an honorable mention. I didn't get to that. But
You feel, but that's not. Is that what? Yeah.
yeah. So we can throw that in there. If I'm being completely honest, that's third. Fourth, probably like how intellectual I am. If we have a conversation that's more than hi, how are you, or what's your name? If we're talking about like something, you know, because if we're not talking about nothing and you just want to talk to me just to talk, it's just like I'm gonna just give you my social media and I'm gonna find something else to do. You feel me? Like if the conversation don't have no substance, if we're not talking like something deep or we're not talking business, like, that's really the point. Not to be like a jerk or anything.
Yeah,
Yo, your time is precious.
Facts. Nah, that's facts.
Females and men, it's the same thing. It's like we're not talking about nothing. That's it. So that's 4, and the 5th one is probably like I don't know.
Girls, I know girls like
You
you.
don't show them your funny side.
No, definitely. That's laughing is like a I don't know, probably like 4 barricades that locked them in. The laughing is probably the 4th one, and just like you can't go nowhere.
Trap. That sounds like a trap.
You know, but yeah.
But because I see very, not to be disrespectful, but I see a lot of mans that are not up to par with their female, but they're funny. Like they're mad funny, they're entertaining.
You
So
mean
like,
they're ugly but they have a body because they're
I
drunk?
wouldn't call them mad ugly, but to some I may be ugly. So like, they're not up to the par.
But to you, like you're speaking from your perspective.
Yo, fam, don't do this to me.
okay, yeah, entertainment value. You know, it's a value thing.
Yeah.
You have your own value. Like you're bringing your own value into this entertainment value. How entertaining are you? I think women really look at your entertainment value.
That's what
you
some-
can't entertain
yeah.
them. There's like,
I think
there's
some
part
do.
they're
I
gone.
think some do.
No, every woman
I genuinely
wants to
believe-
be entertained in some way. Not
some
like
way, yeah,
humor,
yeah, yeah.
not even like just humor, just
Yeah, yeah,
entertained. Like
yeah, yeah.
whether it's you being the hoodlum, so you're doing a bunch of stuff that they've never seen before. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I robbed and steal. Wow. All right. Nobody's ever done that before. Like you know, like doing things that like, or just might just entertain you. Like you know, I boxed off somebody's face. Like, You know, that might,
entertaining.
it's entertaining. It's like, whoa, you know? Something that hasn't been seen. You know,
Everybody
just
name the 5 that y'all was talking about.
Oh no, that was for you. That
That's
was
just for you.
Like we each have individual questions,
Yeah,
and then we just add our 1-2 pieces.
Yeah. Well, But yeah, I feel like some people may feel a bit envious when they see like a quote unquote ugly guy with a quote unquote cute girl.
That just means you can do it too, fam.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's all about looking. It's all about looking through your own perspective. Like you're talking about value. Maybe that person who you think is ugly is providing such a great entertainment type value that they're using their gift to, I guess, move on to a certain relationship with a specific someone. So it's all about finding your specific value or potential excellence, so you could use in your future endeavors, in your future relationship with your future significant other.
And that's what we were saying before, like being a high value male, we're talking like value is relative, you know what I mean? Like, so if you want to sell like an iPhone 10, right, to a man who's starving, that man's not going to need your phone, he needs a real phone. You feel me? So like, despite the fact that that phone is like valuable, if a man is hungry, fam, give him a burger like that.
Oh, he wants a burger.
Give him some kale, you feel me? But now, if a man already eats, you know, like he's already living good, he's in need of a phone, you'll look at that phone a little bit different, despite the fact that the actual value of that phone hasn't changed. But the perceived value has. So yeah, that's key right there. Like, you could be a merc man, but if a shorty if there's something a shorty wants that you have, your value might increase. Like it's definitely like beyond the looks, but at the same time, some girls might value looks more than your personality. So like every single thing that you as an individual human have is graded differently by every other person. You feel me? So just find whatever puzzle piece fits you and whatever
to make you fit.
Yeah, you fit that. Yeah. Just fit, fam. just fit.
Then right back to you, Master Sire. What impact does it have on a guy when a girl rejects them? I know this is not from experience because you don't get rejected, but like.
Not always, but there once was a time. Once
upon a time?
Alright, people,
tell a story.
Look, rejection will do 2 things to minds. 1, it'll make them recede. 2, it'll make them advance. What I mean by that is a lot of the savages that are out here in the streets, they got rejected in kindergarten and never lived it down. They never lived it down, and from that day forward, they became future Vandross, future Hendrix, fam. From that day forward, they became like slime balls. You know what I mean? That's one thing it does. Or it'll make a man like completely afraid of women and not even want to approach them like that. Like I've seen both like lanes happen. It's rarely an in between thing, right? Like it's usually if a guy gets rejected by a girl, he's either gonna flip out and be like, yo, all hoes ain't loyal and all that kind of stuff, and like they're just gonna treat women for pieces of meat basically as like something to use and something to utilize as a utility, and like be on their way. Or they're gonna be completely petrified and afraid to even approach a girl because they're afraid of breathing that same hurt again. And start becoming mans like Juice WRLD, like all rest in peace, all girls are the same and all that kind of stuff. So it's either it's 50-50, one or the other. There's very few that actually like take a rejection and like become better from it in the sense that they realize, yo, like not all girls are the same. But at the same time, though, there are like every human has a pattern, and there are patterns that are common with men and patterns that are common with women. So although yes, not all girls are the same, yes, not all men are the same. I mean, there are going to be patterns and similarities between both genders and perspective of each. So yeah, I'd say it just breeds those 2 dichotomies within the human psyche. You have a doodle and a pasta.
So it's a different name every time.
Bro, maybe if you want something to add to that, or
I mean, if I could interject.
Yeah.
Retrospect. Protect. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically, personally, I mean, I don't really approach females in a way that could like allow rejection, but for what I observe, when men get rejected by women, you have certain responses, and I think the ones who never live that initial rejection down, and he was talking about those are the ones who be like, yo, what's up? Like, what are you saying? This, that? And you're like, I have a man. And they hit him with that. It's like, oh,
this right here.
You know, this right here is like is pulling the lever, bro. Like you're getting sent down the shuttle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
lever,
so, for me, I have a man. like is they're like, yo, out of here then. Go, you know what I'm saying? Like dudes be cussing off the females and all that. Like that ignorance. That's a big one that I see. But then there's another one, like nice guys be like, hi, you know, say whatever they be like, and then females be like, oh, you're so cute. No. And most of the time they'll make up a lie. They'll be like, okay, I have a man. They don't have a man. Like, I have a man, but thank you. They don't. You're just too nice. Like, you coming up to them, like, there's nothing wrong with being a nice person.
Well, don't be a nice guy, man.
Yeah, like a nice guy is like, your confidence is not shown, especially when you talk to a female, like, you're trying to holler at them in like a certain way. It's not there. Like,
if anything, it's like you're overcompensating for the fact that you know you have nothing to offer, so at least I'm nice. Like, that's not, like, it's like a red flag.
Your value is not where it needs to be to satisfy their
your
needs.
value.
Yeah.
Another thing to add on, I try so hard to show so many females this. Okay, listen. You low key, guys are not going to tell you this. You low key teach guys how to move towards you.
Facto. Facts. It's
You are showing mans how to treat you by the mans that you accept. So if you accept a certain man, I'ma move like that man to the next shorty, and if she accepts me, I'ma move like that to the next shorty too. I'm gonna be moving like that for the rest of my life because that's what's accepted. You show me what society is accepting in that moment. So if you didn't accept me being kind or coming off as a certain person, some people are gonna watch the YouTube videos on how to be a savage, move like that, get a shorty, and they'll be like, wow, this actually works. There's a formula to this. There's no way this is an equation. And then they're seeing other men that are showing them, yeah, fam, that's how I did it. Fam, I clapped that shorty, fam. I was digging her out, fam. All I did was just dig her out because I wanted to dig her out. She said, yeah. And then after I dug her out. 2-2, yeah, deuce. So now I'm deuce, right? Because if that's how you're gonna treat them and they accepted that, they're going to accept me. Because who says that guy is sweeter than me? Who says I can just change my value? If I just finesse my value just a little bit and just move like that, I can back you too.
I'm next.
He's deuce. He's saying he's deuce. Somebody's deuce.
And then you want to wonder why there are no good men left? Because you train the good men to be like that.
Facts.
Train it.
Bro, I don't know about you guys, but like, I'm gonna expose myself, but that one hit special.
Right.
That one hit special stuff. Parody, you're next. So what goes through? Okay. You'll see when I say it. What goes through a guy's mind that causes him to become heartless when dealing with females? That's what.
Bro, I just explained it to you, bro. Bro, if you're not listening to the part, bro, if you're not listening to what I'm saying, bro, I'm totally different.
They're not listening by now?
Bro, if you're not listening by now, you are treating people how to treat you. Ask the question again.
Say it again.
Ask the question again.
For the people missing in the back.
What goes through a guy's mind that causes him to become heartless when dealing with females?
I got you, brother. I'm gonna tag it.
Boom.
Yo. So, there was just 1 year in my life, you feel me, right? Because I'm a person, right? I don't believe in a good guy and a bad guy. I feel like everybody sins in some sort of aspect in life, whether it's in front of the scenes or behind the scenes. There's other people that like to do bad antics for the clout. I just do all my bad antics in the background because, like, you know, sometimes you just like, yo, I don't want to move like that, or that can't be my perception, you know? You feel me? So I'll be talking to a shorty, and sometimes, like, honestly, I've done this a lot, where I'll tell a man, yo, this shorty is me. I'm gonna make sure I show you it's me, and then I'm gonna fugaze it just to show man how fugazi the shorty really is. Right? So I've been the nice guy role because I talk to bare nice mans, you know. I'm like, yo, we have similar qualities. There's things about me that are actually nice, and then I talk to other mans that are more toxic, and I'm like, yo, honest to gosh, man, we deal with it. Like, I just like because we all have traits that are positive and negative, right? Pros and cons. So I did all the stuff a lover man would do to like maybe like 5 shorties, and like maybe 2 of them received it. They wanted the lover man, so I seen like, okay, I could be the lover man type stuff in a certain aspect, you know. And then the 5 of them, like say that the other 3 didn't feel it, you know. Even if I probably did swerve that one that felt the lover man stuff, but then I butchered it because I said, yo, honestly, I don't really want to be in a relationship. I'm gonna butcher it, and then because honestly, this is to show like myself. Like sometimes I just do things for myself. Like I just, you know, it's an experiment, social experiment, you know. So
It's a prank.
it's a prank. You know, sometimes it takes a lot of like. Sometimes you get emotionally invested into the prank. Like myself, I've gotten emotionally invested into my experiments, but I already knew we were gonna date. Like if the man can co-sign that I said it and I did it, but then there's times where like I was a complete waste man. Like I'm moving like a true savage, bro. And the conversion level were like say it was 2 out of like say the lover man experience out of 10 was like 3. For like being a jerk, it was like 7, 8. Like I was saucing, like it was crazy how these girls know that I'm talking to this next girl and she's still blowing up my line, you know. Like, you know, but when I was giving you all this attention, there was even a time with one shorty where I presented her the 2 scenarios. So one time I swerved it with the lover man phase, like in 1 grade, and it didn't work. And then I hit it with the next angle 2 years later, and it worked. And I was like, holy smokes, this is a good girl, you know. But like, it's like, because you didn't want that love that I wanted to give you years ago, I just did this for my entertainment, you know. Even though like at some sort of point, it's like, yo, bro, I actually kind of rate her, like, you know. It's like, bro, but this, I'm true to the experiment. I'm true to the experiments, because this is not how I'm feeling act the entire time. This is not what I'm gonna evolve from this at some point, and you're not gonna feel that in the future, or you might want to grow with it. But I see who you really want. I see what you really want. How you really want me to get to you. So like currently right now, I'm not talking to no shorties. I don't want no shorties. You know what I'm trying to say? But if I want to, I just probably told the man, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have this, and I'm out there. I have a few experiments that are still in place, but I won't name the shorties, but I have a few experiments that are in place where I moved a certain way on purpose, just so I can go a certain way, so that when I show them how it really is, they're in the trappers with it. You know what I'm saying? You really show us, like you really show us.
I'm showing you, fam, we're different, bro. We're telling you facts right now.
And I'm not the only man. I might be open enough to say an experiment, but man just do things just to play games. Like, you know, like every man has done it before, right? They just sit in the DM and just,
I mean, sure,
for the entertainment. It was entertainment, like, you know, like.
Some things I didn't even know would work. 2 twos, it works, fam. And then I was like, oh shoot, this works? Say honest. Yash that's stuff.
Say where did I need to
Say that's stuff. But I don't want to do
Ask
that.
the next question too. Your turn?
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's your turn when you spoke.
He had answered it, and then
Just tagged in.
somebody else, I can tag it, you know, we'll see. What's the question?
What characteristic does a woman have that differentiates her from wifey material to side chick material?
Woo! That's all.
Side chick material. You know what? Every man drop a little gems, you know. My first thought, I'm only gonna drop one thought, and everybody go, and I'll probably come in again or something. Ooh, that's a big question. For me, the next man can go first. Though.
Yo. No matter how I may seem.
Louder.
No matter how I may seem. To the world, I have to have a godly household. So, the number one thing, before anything, with a female I'm gonna commit my life to, my whole life, through this experience, she has to be godly, bro. Like, real talk, like she gotta worship God, she gotta be a godly woman, a godly feared woman. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to have similar mindsets in terms of spirituality, right? If we're on the same level spiritually, this is spiritual, this is the level. Everything else falls underneath that. So no matter what it is, if you can't cook, that's a shame, but guess what? You can learn. You feel me? But if we both serving God like how we supposed to, that's it.
You can't really change morality, like wherever your actual morals are,
Your beliefs?
your beliefs on your morals. I don't know. It's hard to change. Like I think that something that separates a wifey from a side chick is that that was the question, right?
Yeah.
A side chick wants me for what I show them. Wifey wants me for who I am, right? So I showed the side chick, yeah, I'm sassy. I showed the side chick, yeah, I can deal that. I showed the side chick how much times I can box off her face, but that's it. I just showed her how savage I was, right? The wifey, she sees everything that I am. You know that I can be weak sometimes. You know that I can be a lover man. You know that I'm actually going to beg. I might just beg for you. You're a wife. You're my wife. I'll beg. I'll beg for you. I'll beg.
For the offset.
I don't care. I don't care. Where are you? I'm pulling up. Probably with the stereo. Yo, throwing the stones at the window. That's me. That's me. That's the difference. That she knows how I am and who I am for the most part, and the side chick just sees me for what I showed her, and that's it.
I don't know who God says that.
I think the difference between a side chick and a wifey is growth. Like there's something about my woman constantly growing or evolving. Like I don't want her to ever be the same. Like however I met you, I don't even want you to be like that still. Because I'm not gonna be this person you met forever. Like I move with the season. I move with the trend of my life. I move with what my opportunities that are presented to me and stuff like that. Like so, I need you to move accordingly. Like like
Grow together.
We need to grow in a certain pace, a certain understanding, a certain compromise. Like there's certain things that we move different. Like sometimes me and my wife are gonna move different. Like but we have to understand that. Like we have to be willing to learn. Like I need her to be wise and discerning, because there's things that say I'm not around. She has to be able to teach our kids. She needs to be able to teach young women growing up how to be a woman at some point. Like like you just have to always be growing. You can't. I'm not the type of person where like everything I'm saying right now, I'm probably gonna learn something new. So by the next time we are able to be guests on your podcast, my answers will be more mature. I can't. I might look at some of the stuff I'm saying now and be like, yo, I was a kid, yo. Like what I was saying was
It's about growth.
It's not even like, it's not even what I was saying. Like so my maturity has to move like that. Like we have to be according on growth. Like are we learning? Like are you the same person you were yesterday? Because I'm not feeling that person anymore. We need to be different. Like so that's the difference. But like I feel like side shorties, there's no growth. Like they're comfortable in the scenario that they're in. That's why they're a side shorty. They're comfortable being that. Like my wife, like I'm a wife. Like whoa, like
there's a standard. There's a level. There's a certain standard that they have, and if it's below that, they don't accept it.
Yeah, they don't accept that. She can't accept that. There's certain things that when I'm on my fugaziness,